This includes some makeup products and tools as well. We don't need a whole closet of makeup products. It's confusing at times because there's a wide variety of makeup products in the market right now. I'm here to show you a beginner's makeup kit that you can start with. This includes some makeup products and tools as well. For base, you can choose a long-wearing foundation or a skin tint, whichever you prefer. Or you can just also use a tinted sunscreen, whichever you prefer. Next would be primer. I think I've seen some videos that say primers are optional, but I do think that you would need primer, especially if you're going on an 8-hour work and you want your makeup to last a whole day with just minimal touch-up. The next one would be concealer. So recently I've been using this Maybelline Instant Age-Rewind Concealer. It's a treatment and concealer in one, but you can use any type of concealer that you want. And mascara as well. I think this is optional. For me, I would need a mascara every day since I feel like my makeup is not complete without mascara. Or if you don't like wearing mascara, you can choose to wear false lashes like these cluster lashes. For lipstick, I started with just 2 shades. One is a nude shade for everyday wear and one bold shade for special events. Next one will be powder. I have 2 types of powder here. So one has coverage. This one is a translucent powder. Both can contribute to a long wearing makeup, but I think this loose setting powder or finishing powder can make your makeup last longer than pressed foundation powder. But if I want more coverage on my makeup, I can use this. So whichever you prefer. As I said earlier, it depends on what your priorities are. Next one would be eyeliner, eyebrow, brow gel. So I would go for this product. So this is a liquid brow pen on the other end and brow gel on the other end. So I also use this brow pen as my eyeliner. This is very handy for me since with just one product I already have a brow pen, a brow gel, and an eyeliner. Next up, I know this is not makeup, but this is very essential right now, which is sunscreen. So if you're using a tinted sunscreen, you can just use that alone instead of topping it off with a foundation. But sometimes I've seen people wear tinted sunscreen underneath foundation. But me, I choose to use chemical sunscreen. So any brand of sunscreen will do. It would depend, as I said earlier, on your skin condition. For blush, I don't normally use cream blush or liquid blush for everyday. I just use a powder blush. For bronzer, this is bronzer contour. This is optional. If you don't like wearing bronzer or contour for everyday, that's perfectly fine. But I am using bronzer stick from Vice Cosmetics. Well, for the tools, when I do my makeup, I only use a sponge to blend all my liquid products. So I only have one big sponge for foundation, for bronzer or blush if I'm going to use a cream blush, and I have a small sponge for the nooks and crannies of the face, so I use it for my nose contour, for my under eye concealer, and sometimes I use bronzer on my eyelids. So for powder blush, I use this brush. You can also use this to powder your whole face. I use one side for blush and the other side for translucent powder for all over the face. And the good thing about this brush is on one end it's a big brush, big fluffy brush for your blush and your powder. The other end there are 3 small brushes that you can use for your eyeshadow, your cream concealer. And the last tool that I would recommend for beginners is the puff. I find that using a velvet puff to set your under eye concealer works best, and I would also use this for my whole face. You actually don't need an eyeshadow palette. I don't use eyeshadow palettes except for special occasions or events. But the powder blush that I'm using, that's the eyeshadow that I will be using on my eyelids as well. Just a recap, the makeup products that you would only need as a makeup beginner or as an everyday makeup girly is foundation or skin tint, primer, sunscreen, concealer, one nude shade of lipstick, and one bold shade of lipstick. Bronzer if you're using a bronzer, powder blush, one powder. So either a pressed foundation powder or a loose translucent powder. Eyebrow pen that you can also use as an eyeliner. Oh, even the eyebrow pencils, you can also use those as your eyeliner. You also need a mascara that can last you the whole day. For the tools, this makeup brush which is very travel friendly and handy. Velvet off for setting your under eyes. And lastly, makeup sponge. A big one and a small one is very convenient. So those are the products that you will need as a beginner with makeup or an everyday makeup girly. I hope it helps.